Okay, to access the online safeguarding course, you first need to visit the ELSIS Learning environment, the address for which is here, www.leadershiplearning.org.uk. You will have received literature with a link to this site as well. Once on this page, you enter your username and your password here. Now, your username and password has already been set up for you, and you will obtain them from your line manager or from human resources. You do not need to register for the course. This has already been done for you. So once you've got your username, you enter it here. It will typically be your ordinary Barnet College email address, and your password has again already been set up for you. It needs to be 8 characters long, 1 capital letter, 1 number, and a character key. But as I said, it's already set up for you. Then just click on login. That will take you to this page. On this page, you click on the Leadership Learning environment, scroll down a bit, and there you will see 2 links for the safeguarding course here, called Safeguarding and Safer Recruitment in FE 2011. There's another link for it here. Clicking on either one will do. That takes you to this page. We'll just scroll down. To enter the course, just double click on the image. And we're ready to start the course. Click on Start. Once you've started the online course, this is the page you should be viewing. We're on the home page of the course, and you can see that it consists of 4 modules, which are also here, and 2 assessments, 5 and 6. If you are not involved in selecting and interviewing staff for a job at Barnet College, you are only likely to be asked to study modules 1 and 2 and take assessment 5. Modules 1 and 2 are also in the training manual that accompanies the course that I've created for you, which you should have a copy of electronically. So you've got the option of actually studying the material online or just simply by reading the electronic training manual. However, it's worthwhile just entering a module to look at how it's composed of. I'm going to enter module 2, and you can see that each module consists of a number of units. Here I've not started any units, but I'll just enter 1 unit, and you can see that it's made up of a number of slides. This unit has 12 slides. By working your way through the slides here, you will get to know about safeguarding, the procedures, the policies, and why it's so important. However, if you find it awkward staying at the computer screen too long, if you find this a bit too clunky to get through, just resort to the training manual that you would have received electronically. If we go back home, you could see now that module 2 is now in progress, whereas before we hadn't started it. So just by entering a module, ELSIS will know that you've started studying the course. Once you feel you're ready to take the test, then you need to take assessment 5. Staff interview and recruiting prospective candidates for work at Barnet College should take assessment 6, which is safeguarding and safer recruitment. But we'll just focus on assessment 5. Once you've clicked on Module 5, which is the assessment on safeguarding, this is the page you should see. Before you start the assessment by clicking on this button, it's important to bear in mind that you only have 14 multiple choice questions to do, and you only need to pass 12 of them. If at any time you're working through the assessment and you're not sure about an answer, then you could flag the question and come back to it later. It's very important that you complete the assessment in one go, because it cannot be saved, say, halfway through. You are allowed to take 2 assessments in one day, however, the number of attempts is unlimited. Let's start the assessment then. Here's the first question, and you could see at the bottom here, I've got 14 questions to do. This question is about external inspection. It says which 3 of the aspects of safeguarding are included as part of external inspection. With 4 responses, I must select 3. What you will find is that usually the incorrect response jumps out at you. Let's look at A, organisation and staff awareness and implementation of the legislation. That's very important in an inspection. Inspectors will want to speak directly to learners who have recently made a disclosure. Well, that's fraught with difficulties. It's going to be very difficult for a stranger, in effect, to ask to see a student to discuss the nature of their abuse. This is really something we wouldn't expect Ofsted to do. C, yes, we do expect staff to be trained in safeguarding practice and procedures. We do want our learners to feel safe. It seems that we should select A, C, and D. Then proceed to the next question. Reasons for an effective induction process. Again, which 3 of the following are key reasons for having an effective induction process? You could read through some example questions in the PDF manual that accompanies the safeguarding course. If I was unsure about this question, I would flag it. The flag has turned to red, and I could proceed in this way to the next question, and so on. Once I complete the test, I could click on review, and you could see it will show me that before I submit, I need to go back to the question I flagged here, which is question 2, and I have to unflag this question and then select the appropriate answer to the question. What most people are finding is that level 2, which is sort of a GCSE level, is quite high compared to the level of understanding you need in this assessment. They're fairly similar, but there are only 14 multi-choice questions to do. Much of it is common sense, and much of it you will find relatively easy to do. You will also find that the incorrect questions really do jump out at you. Once you've completed your assessment, it's important to print off your certificate and give a copy to Human Resources. Once you've submitted your questions, then you would get this page if you had got them correct or if you've passed the test. My score was 14 out of 14, and there's a prompt here for me to view my certificate, which I'll click on now, and here you go. It's very important to print a copy of this certificate, and you do that not in the usual way from the toolbar, but from here. It's on the certificate itself. Once you've printed your certificate, you need to ensure a copy goes to Human Resources so that it can be kept in your records. One important resource that's been created for you in order to help you pass the online Level 2 assessment in safeguarding is the training manual. Here you will find everything on the online course in Modules 1 and Modules 2. It's important to read this document before you take the test. It's possible to find examples of the questions you will be asked at the back of this document. My advice to you is to skim read it first and then take the test. You will find that the test is relatively straightforward. It can be passed on the basis of a lot of common sense, and the questions, the incorrect questions, really do jump out at you. There are only 14 multiple choice questions to do online to successfully pass the assessment.